a country boy, or you could say a boy of the village, from Port Victoria, Budalangi. We call Budalangi the land of lions. This is the home of the Abanyala people of the larger Luya community. These are people that pride themselves for being great fishermen, for being great hard workers. They really do know how to hustle. They're great wrestlers. We love our boats as much as we love our women, as I've said. We love a swig of our local brew, but we also cherish education greatly. This is the land of the great Professor Callistus Juma the Late, one of the most eminent intellectuals out of this country, to grace the halls of the great Harvard University in Boston, Massachusetts. The land also of my brother, Professor Namwamba, who is here with me, who has been recognized as a sage globally. And Mr. Chairman, it is in this community that I was born to the late Peter Lucheche Namwamba, my father, and my mother, who I like to call my prayer warrior. Mr. Chairman, I was born the eighth, the last of 8 children in this family, and led an ordinary life of a village child. Attended Port Victoria Primary School, where I sat my KCPE, and proceeded to Kolanya Boys High School in the north of Teso for my KCSE, and thereafter was admitted to the University of Nairobi School of Law to study my bachelor's degree in law. I graduated and got into practice, Mr. Chairman. And a few years down the line, I got an American government scholarship to do my master's degree at the American University, Washington College of Law in Washington, D.C. After which I returned to Kenya, Mr. Chairman, and went straight into the 2007 elections, which I won and was elected as Member of Parliament for Budalangi constituency, and served for 10 years in that capacity in this honorable house. I also had the privilege to chair a number of committees in this house, including co-chairing with the then Mandera Central Member of Parliament, Honorable Abdikadir Mohammed, the Parliamentary Select Committee on Constitution Review that presided over the process that led to our 2010 Constitution. I also chaired the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, the Public Accounts Committee, and the Parliamentary Select Committee on Cost of Living. Mr. Chairman, I'm nostalgically proud of the period earlier in my life in school, because I had the opportunity to get inducted into leadership early, being a prefect in primary school, a school captain in high school, now they call them school presidents, and also chairman of the Kenya Law Student Society while at the University of Nairobi. And later on, even in the US, I was involved in activities of the African student groups. At one time, being part of the group that met the then Senator Barack Obama in the build-up to his historic election as first black president of the United States. Mr. Chairman, after the 2017 elections, I was appointed Chief Administrative Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, a position I held until February this year, when I resigned voluntarily on my own volition to take up the position of head of international relations in the presidential campaign of His Excellency William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza coalition. And that has led me here, Mr. Chairman. I also had a privilege to serve in cabinet when I was appointed Minister for Youth Affairs and Sports by His Excellency Mwai Kibaki and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, then Prime Minister in the coalition government. I look back at my 10 years in this house as a key period in my journey in public service, with some very special highlights, certainly top among them being the Constitution of Kenya 2010, that I had such a great privilege to be part of the leadership that led to the conclusion of that process. That period also had some low moments, like the fate of the Public Accounts Committee at the time of my leadership of that committee in 2015, which got caught up in what I believe to date to have been a political moment of madness that, Mr. Chairman, maybe at a later stage I'll be able to expound. But, Mr. Chairman, that is who I am. I have led a journey that for me epitomizes the life of what has come now to join the Kenyan lexicon as the hustler. Because I'm a boy who, I said I'm a country boy, a village boy. I'm a boy who walked to school barefoot. I mean, I would walk to school barefoot and sit in class with pangs of hunger, but never lose a smile on my face or gladness in my heart or determination to finish school. But that's the story of many of us. Mr. Chairman, I conclude by saying it is so important for parents to inspire their children no matter what. One time my father came home with a newspaper, a Taifa Leo newspaper, with a photo of some lawyers nicely clad in the courtroom regalia of the wigs and the gown. And he told me, my son, you must become a family lawyer to protect the interests of this family. And he planted the seed in a small standard 6 boy to work hard and become an attorney. And so every so often, Mr. Chairman, I do a pilgrimage where I take my children on the 3-kilometer walk from my mother's home to Port Victoria Primary School to have an experience of what it meant to grow up in those circumstances, not so that they can do the same, but so that they can understand how far their father has come. And this is the same message I want to share with the people of Kenya, that no matter your circumstances, you can rise.